So a little while back, I had a Prey-Art 2 from AM8 Knives come in, and I was pretty disappointed with it. I said I couldn't recommend it. The heat treat on it was bad. I got this knife from Jared. This is the AM8 Gladiator 2, and I'm hoping it's going to redeem the company because I do like Migron and AM8. And so far today, it seems to have. So we're going to take a look at first day in pockets on a knife that may actually redeem a company in my eyes. All right, guys, this is the AM8 Gladiator 2. Now, I was not joking in the intro when I'm saying I hope this redeems the last AM8 knife. This is a knife that came in S90V. If you guys remember, I had the Prey-Art 2 from AM8, which is a division of Migron knives, and I was very, very disappointed in everything. So today is the first carry of this knife, and I'm pretty impressed with it so far. Now, I'm not going to say for sure that it's better, but I'll tell you what I found so far today. So I spent a little bit more time testing this knife than I did the AM8 Prey-Art 2 for first day and carry. So what are we looking at? This is S90V blade done in thumb stud operation or front flipper, top flipper. I'm digging it so far in hand. It's been really, really comfortable. It's got a kind of a squared off design and shape, but it's still really comfortable in hand. It's a full frame lock with this unique clip point blade. And a thing I love about this is there's not a lot of belly on this. So it gives you the best of both worlds. If you like a knife that has got a Wharncliffe blade where you have all that straight, you got a lot of straight before you get into it, the belly, but you do have some belly. It has cut so far today really well. I cut a bunch of cardboard. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I cleaned it up after I got done. Yeah, you can see the finish on this blade is really good. It's a very fine stone wash, ultra fine stone wash that is not reflective, but it's also not stone wash, but bead blast. I'm sorry. Ultra fine bead blast. It's still smooth, so it doesn't drag on things, but it doesn't seem to scratch real well. Action on it has been really good. I have not taken this apart and changed the lubricant on it because it was so smooth. I didn't figure it needed it. I may do that later because I've done some carry on this. Access to the lock bar is great. Like I said, front flipper action on it's good. The thing about this that really does stick out to me is how it feels in hand. For as plain and square as it looks, it feels a lot like some of the triple aught designs that I saw in the past, where it's got that squared off look, but it's really comfortable. There's no hard edges on this, no sharp edges. In and out of pocket has been really smooth and clean. But like I said, when you bear down on it to cut, it doesn't seem to be at all hot spotty. Even with this big, like tall squared off pocket clip, not at all a hot spot. So you've got this kind of cutout for the lock bar tension. So you don't have anything really that's catching on pockets. It just kind of glides over, as opposed to if they had taken all this material off and left that squared off, it would have a tendency to catch. Finish on the handles is really good. And I like the overall look of the knife. Now, I have got a couple small negative things to say about the knife, and they're not necessarily, I'm not going to blame it on the company, one of them, but like some of the things about it that I'm not a big fan of. So after you guys hear from Coffee Brand Coffee, we'll flip this around. We'll talk about the couple little negative things that I see. Guys, did you know that Coffee Brand Coffee has more than just awesome on-demand roasted coffees and flavored coffees? They also have tea, cocoa, cold brew bags, decaf, and they have premium candies that will make your family go nuts. So check them out with the link down below to save 10% on some of the best coffee you're going to find. So just a couple small things. The thing that I don't blame on the company, and I'm probably going to have to fix this. This came from Jared. This is the first I've had it in pocket today. And I noticed when I pulled it out of the box that it has been tipped. So I probably will have to sharpen that. That's not a knock on the company. That's just something that's on the knife. Now, the one thing that I will say is this pocket clip, if you look at it, it's been ground really thin. And you can see it's already under tension, like it's bowed. So if this was my knife, I think I would take some of the material off of that with a Scotch-Brite and kind of level that out a little bit, take some of that tension off of it. And with it being so thin, if you catch this on something, I'm afraid this is going to get bent. I would have liked to have seen that a little thicker. It's just a functional thing. I've had pocket clips bend that were like that. Next thing, I do like the front flipper, top flipper, but I wish that they had maybe given it a little bit more room. Sometimes as I'm coming up, I hit my thumb against this and then I lose the ability to flip it all the way over. It does have really good action. I didn't mention detent. The detent is a little weak, especially like with thumb stud from the front, like plain flick off the thumb studs. It's not bad because you can generate a little bit more force. But if you're trying to just off the reverse flick with the thumb stud, it feels a little soft, just a little soft. And then functionally, the thumb studs bother me a little bit. I've had this catch. You know how sometimes as knife guys, we've got that worn area of our pockets. This has caught a couple times on the lip of the pocket and it's come part way open. I think that maybe these thumb studs just catch a little bit because they are a hard edge. Coming out of the pocket, they catch the seam a little bit more than I want them to, and it has popped open. I had the same problem with the TRM Shadow, so it's not like that's an issue with just this knife. I've had it happen with other knives, but I don't like when it happens because then I'm left with a knife that's partway open as it's coming out of my pocket, and I wasn't expecting it. And then just the final thing, it's an aesthetic thing. I don't like the lanyard hole. I wish that they had milled a spot out and put a post. This would look so much cleaner without that face looking at me all shocked. I think it would have looked a lot better with a spot here in the backspacer with a post so you could go through it as opposed to making a hole all the way through the knife, because there's definitely room in that backspacer. So I do have big hopes for this knife. I really like Miguron and the AM8 stuff that has been coming that I've seen. This is no exception. I'm really hoping that this kind of redeems. Maybe that Prey Art 2 just had a bad heat treat. Maybe it was a one-off. So far, it seems as if it was. So let's turn this around. We'll do some final thoughts, and I'll send you out about your day. All right, guys. The intro and outro are being filmed about 10 hours after the initial carry. So I filmed that video you saw earlier today. And I gotta say, I am happily pleased with how this is holding up the edge and everything. So maybe they have been able to redeem themselves. I do love Miguron knives. AM8 is part of Miguron, and it's I haven't got to see very many of their knives, but I am pretty impressed with this one so far. So that's it on this one, guys. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down, but tell me why. I can't change the content if you don't tell me what you don't like. I did put an ad for Coffee Brand Coffee in. They are my primary channel sponsor, but I also have Tempered Trail. There are links down below to both of those companies. Anything you purchase from them supports the channel, and you get a discount. The Coffee Brand Coffee is now 10% year-round, but you can also use coupon code CrazySharp, all one word, at either one of those vendors. I also have got that coupon code set up with Rosecraft Blades and Fire & Forge Knife Works. Simply saves you money at checkout. I think it's 5% discount. I don't make anything on those sales. I just wanted to provide you guys with a little bit of a discount. I've got an Amazon store down below. Take it, pin it to your browser, use it for any shopping you do. It supports the channel. I have built a community Discord for everyone. It's open. I'll put a link to that down below as well. That is a free thing that I'm offering to all my subscribers and anybody that views the channel. I'll put a link to that down below. But I also have got a membership that has a private Discord with a lot more functions that you're going to see on the public one. The baseline, everyone gets early access to all my videos on top of the server, and everyone gets exclusive content when I put it up. The baseline and premium tier members are automatically entered into giveaways I do on the private Discord. And the premium guys have access to a sharpening tutorial series here on YouTube behind the paywall. Guys, that's it on this one. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comments section. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. And I'll see you in the next video.